Is silence beneficial for relationships or harmful? Does silence help you in building something in life? I'm trying to be silent, but I cannot. Hello, this is Hina from Team Test, and today's capsule summary is That Long Silence. Well, That Long Silence was published in the year 1988, and its author is Shashi Deshpande, who is born in the year 1938. She is an acclaimed Indian writer and journalist born in Karnataka, belongs to a very influential family. She grew up in an intellectual environment, and that brought the upbringing, a beautiful upbringing that she tells us about herself. She's the recipient of Sahitya Academy Award for her novel That Long Silence in the year 1990. Okay, I shall begin with this novel. I really like it. It definitely is Indian literature in English, as well as it is a feminist series novel. Okay, तो आज 2 in 1 हो जाएगा. Let's start. Jaya is the protagonist of the novel. She is a young girl full of curiosity and questions. But being so upright makes her unfit for an Indian female. You know, Indian females at that time, look at the time, it was published in 1988. Okay. So I'm sure things are changing now, but then a little bit it is the same. It was quite different then. How was it different? Women, they were confined within the four walls of the house. A female, her major role in life was to marry and, give birth to children, take care of everything in the house, take care of her husband like a baby, right? So that is what is happening right now with Jaya, precisely, who is upright, who is curious, queen. She questions everything, but then all this makes her unfit for an Indian female. Jaya's grandmother, of course, an orthodox dadima, she, number one, encourages Jaya to expertise at household chores like cooking and cleaning. Second, teaches Jaya to adjust well after marriage, that is, to never disagree with her in-laws and husband. And third, she tells Jaya to keep quiet, be silent when she disagrees. If Jaya thinks that the other person is wrong, Jaya should not say, "Tum galat ho, aise nahi, aise hona chahiye." No. Jaya should keep quiet. Jaya should be silent. Okay? Gradually, Jaya molds herself into a submissive person, ready to obey others. Of course, the way you will raise your children, that's how they will grow up. So Jaya was raised like this. Don't question too much. Be silent. So she molds herself into a submissive person. But there's something very good here. She retains her independence by writing. Jaya loves to write. And you know who supports her into her writing? It's her father. Her work has not made it to the headlines yet. She's not a fully famed author, but then she writes consistently, okay? And during her formative years, her sense of keenness for the people and the world around is not much admired. As I told you, people around her tell, do not be so keen, Baba. Do not have such independent thoughts. So Jaya learns to keep her thoughts to herself, right? And she refers to this suffocation of adjustment between herself and her ideas as the long silence. I want to express something, but I cannot. That is the long silence that Jaya feels. And she has grown up like this from childhood to her formative years and even after her marriage. So listen, after completing her college, Jaya is married to Mohan, a successful businessman. And after marriage, Jaya becomes a conventional homemaker. She takes care of the household, feeds Mohan like a baby, agrees to his wishes, rarely questions him despite of disagreeing with him on various grounds. They have 2 kids. Time passes. Something unfortunate happens. See, Jaya lives in Bombay, okay? So Mohan frauds at his job with his partner. And because of this fraud, Mohan loses his job, and moreover, he has to go into hiding. तो अभी इसकी वजह से क्या होता, because Mohan has to go into hiding. They have a big house before this in a good locality in Bombay, but Jaya is forced to move from their spacious apartment into a small and a gloomy apartment while their children stay behind with the relatives. Now, change in life. It is here in this small, gloomy apartment that Jaya begins to brood over her not so worthy life. Her household chores reduce. while her mental chore multiplies. Mohan also, who initially disagreed to Jaya's writing, encourages her to work as a source of income. Paisa to kamana hai na? So an article is published by Jaya, which is a very frank one. Mohan understands that this article shows her dissatisfaction and disconnection in the marital life. Nonetheless, Mohan also does not express his views to Jaya. She merely senses his discomfort from his expression. This is number one, the problem that Mohan faces. Second, number one is, firing from the job. Number two, this frank article by his wife. Number three, Mohan faces disgrace by Jaya's sister Kusum, who has been recently divorced. Jaya thinks that Kusum's abusive husband and Mohan might be different in their flaws, but they stem from the same culture of patriarchy. Do you understand? Jaya thinks that definitely Kusum's husband was abusive, which led to the divorce. Mohan is not abusive, okay? He's a good husband otherwise, but then he's dominating. He wants a submissive wife. He wants a wife to listen. So Jaya is thinking that Mohan and Kusum's husband, they believe in the same culture of patriarchy, men's domination. Few days later, Jaya's brother Ravi speaks harshly about Mohan since he has counterfeited at his workplace. Soon after, their son Rahul, that is Jaya's and Mohan's son Rahul, elope from the house. And all this collectively angers and depresses Mohan. It is evident that during this tough time, Mohan needs Jaya's support and love, but she's not able to support him emotionally. Tell me the reason. Why is Jaya not able to support her husband emotionally? The reason is that long silence, which has been ingrained in her since childhood. Chup raho, don't express your feelings. She cannot even comfort her husband. This long silence has strained her relationship from childhood. Mohan also has no idea how to ask for help, how to ask for what he needs. Why? Because he has been told since childhood, men are the givers, not receivers. Strong men do not cry. There's some problem in our upbringing. Women are taught with prototype. Men are also given that prototype. Oh, you are the bread earner of the family. Women, oh, you have to take care of the house. That upbringing, there's a problem in that upbringing. I'm not saying men will not earn and women will not take care of the house, but then there has to be a mutual balance, right? Jaya is sad after all this. She understands that she is partly to blame for all alienating herself from her husband during this tough period. Now, there's an important character here. His name might come in questions. He's Mr. Kamat. So, Mr. Kamat is an important character in the novel. He's an old man who lives in Jaya's building complex. Jaya and Mr. Kamat share a special bond of communication and friendship. So, Mr. Kamat helps her to think through her feelings about herself as an individual and her relationship towards her husband. Mr. Kamat tells her, why is your work not filled with anger? Why are you trying to pretend in your writing? Be real. Even if you show anger in your work, does that matter? No, it does not. How does that long silence end? First, Mohan sends a telegram to Jaya saying that he will be home soon. He's called back for his job. Second, Jaya is eager to start a new life with Mohan, but this time wholeheartedly. And third, she promises herself that that long silence will no more separate herself from Mohan. And we are done with that long silence by Shashi Deshpande. Wasn't it beautiful? It's equally for men as well as girls, right? It's about how to build beautiful relationships. It says that, silence somewhere is important, but somewhere it is very harmful. In your relationships, be open. If you're happy, tell your partner. If you're sad, tell your partner. Do not be over submissive. Do not be over dominating. You yourself will know where that balanced beam should come. Yes, this is Hina from Team Test. It was lovely being with you. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.